How's it going, everybody? I'm Andrew Robson, and you are watching RAKUYO's Deciduous Bonsai channel. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about removing the fruit on fruiting and flowering plants and how that might help your bonsai at home develop a little bit more quickly. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. All right, so I am here with a chochobai, which is a dwarf Japanese flowering quince. And this chochobai is in development here at RAKUYO. You know, in the garden here, we have one of the best deciduous collections in North America, and a lot of the species that we work with are fruiting and flowering plants, like chochobai. And with this chochobai, I've learned a lot on how to develop these fruiting and flowering plants over the years. And one really easy way that you can help speed up your development process is by removing spent flowers on fruiting and flowering plants after they go ahead and flower. Now, if you want to enjoy your tree, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I let pretty much every bonsai in the garden flower naturally. But many of the flowering plants that we have, we actually don't really appreciate the fruit. So things like wisteria, things like chochobai quinces, things like stewardias, we're more interested in the flower than we are the fruit. And even on some things that we do appreciate the fruit, like crab apples or winterberries, it can be really beneficial to remove that fruit if the tree is in development. The reason being is that fruit, once the tree produces a lot of that fruit, it really stalls out the branch development on the tree. It really stalls out growing new branches, growing new shoots, which is how we develop bonsai kind of to begin with. So if your goal is development, it's really helpful to remove the fruit so that the tree can focus its energy on branch development. And my favorite tool to do that is this tweezer that I have here. I get this from Jonas at Bonsai Tonight. You can find this and all the products that we use here at RAKUYO on our website, www.rakuyobonsai.com/products. And that just gives you a list of every tool and product and supply that I use here in the garden to create some of the best world-class deciduous bonsai here in North America. So, I take this really, really fun tweezer, I go into the tree and I start removing the spent flowers and the fruit so that I can focus this tree's energy on branch development. Now, if you have a really strong branch, you can kind of do this one-handed. Just with one hand holding the tweezer, you can just pull the fruit off. If your branches are really weak and really small in diameter, then you might want to use one hand to hold the branch to support it and your other hand to hold the tweezer to pluck it off. So those are kind of the two ways that we remove the fruit. You kind of just intuitively do it by eyesight after you've done this for a while. But that's how you remove fruit. You just kind of take it and pluck it off on the chochobai like this. On some species, like a wisteria, you might have to use a scissors to cut it, but it's kind of case by case. But here I really like using the tweezers for chochobai quince. Now, one of the things that you'll notice when you remove the fruit is that it's green. And green does mean chlorophyll, meaning that that fruit is producing some of its own energy. We don't know how much energy that fruit is producing, and it's probably not all of the energy that's required to build that fruit. And so one of the things that we definitely do know is that when you let a plant like this totally fruit, that it will really slow down the branch development. And so that's why we like to go in and remove the fruit, regardless of if it's producing chlorophyll and really growing itself, is because it does take away energy and momentum from the process that we care about on young bonsai in development, which is branch development. Once this tree has a lot more better branching, then we can appreciate a lot of the flowers and the fruit a little bit later on. But in the early years, we really like to focus the energy onto branch development. If you're interested in learning more, we do teach intensive classes where we cover a lot of these topics, and you can come study here in the studio with some world-class bonsai and learn these tips and tricks in person. And we have a lot of other videos on a lot of great topics if you want to check out our Deciduous Bonsai channel. So thanks for tuning in today. I'm Andrew Robson. You've been watching RAKUYO's Deciduous Bonsai channel. I hope you can take this tip about removing fruit and apply it to your bonsai practice at home. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.